I'm Randy Harwood. I'm a dentist in the South Bay of Los Angeles County. I went to Fresno State. I was from Fresno, California. Went to Fresno State and got interested in the sciences and thought I might want to help people and decided to get into dentistry. I went to UCLA, which was a spectacular move on my part. I love UCLA and I'm a Bruin. And I went to the dental school at UCLA and ended up being on the faculty for about 19 years. In dental school at UCLA, one of the main things I learned was to treat the whole person and to treat a person and not a tooth, for example. And I learned a lot about the pathology of the body and how in dentistry it can help people to get better health. I had one instructor at UCLA who was an oral pathology instructor who ended up being my mentor and is still one of my best friends. He was a very brilliant clinician and a diagnostician, and he taught me that the first thing I had to think about every day was the betterment of the patient. It had to be about the patient. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about some other idea. It was all about the patient. When people are talking to each other, they look at the person's eyes and they look at their teeth and their smile while they're talking. And I think it's true that many people will form a first impression about somebody based on their demeanor and the way they look. We are able sometimes to help people get their self-esteem back by giving them a pretty smile or at least a healthier looking smile. When I first got out of dental school, I worked as full-time in a hospital in Long Beach, and the hospital specialized in drug and alcohol rehab. So almost all of my patients were fairly sick individuals that had addiction problems. A young man came to me who was basically homeless, and he didn't have any front teeth. He had really a bad self-image and was really in desperate straits. Over about a year, I was able to treat him and ultimately gave him back his teeth and a nice smile. I remember about a year later, this man walks in a nice suit, nice clothes, clean cut, comes up to me, he hugs me, and he says, "Don't you remember me? I'm Michael. And I wanted to thank you because I've got a girlfriend and a job, and I think a lot of it's because you gave me my teeth." And I realized then what I can do to help people. Sometimes simple things like just some front teeth can make the difference in how a person feels about themselves. I think that was when I realized that, wow, this is really a great profession. This can really do something for me because it helps me to help people. And I guess that was one of the times when I really felt I made the right decision.